Hi, good day. I'm Nelfrie and I wanted to chat to you about shoe wear when you suffer from painful feet. I've discussed various foot conditions that could be the diagnosis for your foot pain, but today I just want to discuss what would be the correct shoe during lockdown when you can't really go and see anyone to help you straight away to offer you some relief. I'm going to touch on shoe wear and I'm also going to touch on foot exercises because the two actually go hand in hand. Now, if we look at the most causes of foot pain, it's always important to treat the cause and not just to treat the symptoms. And that is why oral medication, painkillers, anti-inflammatories is not always the answer to get rid of the problem. It might aid you in giving you some relief, but it's not going to treat the actual cause. Most muscular and soft tissue problems and joint discomfort is caused by using that structure in an abnormal way. All the structures in our feet, soft tissue, and in our joints were designed to function at a certain angle. And as soon as you cause that structure because of the position of the foot or the way that you walk or the way that you run, cause it to function at an abnormal angle, that is when you start experiencing pain and discomfort. Now, what I've often come across, because I've been speaking to people who've been phoning me with foot pain, is that we have changed our activity. I'm exactly the same. I'm barefoot in nearly every single video because obviously I need to demonstrate my feet, but I spend most of my days walking around bare feet in slip socks because there's no need for me to dress up because I'm at home. So what happens is that our feet are not used to walking around bare feet or wearing slip socks because our intrinsic muscles are not strong enough, because we're used to wearing closed shoes to work and sitting at our desk at the office. So what's very important is that you need to change that behavior that you've changed if you started developing foot pain now recently, or if you have foot pain for a long time. The very first thing that you need to do is you should not be bare feet. There's definitely a time and a place for being bare feet, but if you've got very sore feet, it's not the time now to be bare feet. The second thing is that you need to try and spend as little time as possible on your feet. So if you're in agony, then don't spend more time on your feet. If you're going to stand, you have to be very sensible. If you're going to go and stand for the men going to their workshops or even women in their workshops, you need to maybe get a higher stool or something like that where you can just take the load off your feet. If you're going to stand in the kitchen for a long time, maybe get a chair where you can sit when you do some of the stuff in the kitchen. There's various. So you need to try and reduce the time that you spend on your feet. The other thing is that you need to reduce the load that you place on your feet. Now, I'm not talking about weight because that's unfortunately a whole other scenario. I'm talking about picking up heavy things, carrying heavy things around, or then picking up children. I know that most people's kids are not at school, and if you've got small kids, you might find that you're picking them up more, and that could also be a contributing factor to why your feet are more painful, because you're walking around with your child on the hip the whole day and then also doing some housework or doing other things. So I know it's easier said than done, believe me, you have all my empathy with that, but I mean, that is definitely a contributing factor to your feet. So you want to try and reduce the load. So when you look at shoe wear when your feet are sore, we are not talking about shoes that you're going to go to fashion week with. Now I'm talking about shoes that you need to view the shoe as like a Schedule 5 drug that's going to give you relief from this absolute agony that you're in. So don't pull faces, don't turn your face away when I show you shoes. I'm showing you shoes that really is there to offer you support and that you might find them in your cupboard because obviously you can't go out and buy shoes. The very first thing, and please don't look at any labels, I'm not advocating any brands or anything like that, your running shoe. Your running shoe is your best, I'm just trying to hide the label. Your running shoe is your best bet at shoe wear at the moment. Here's just my dog. Zora, sit, Zora. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to redo the video. So if you look, your very first point is that, sorry, my dog distracted me now, but I'm just going to carry on. Is to get into your running shoes. A running shoe is good because it's higher in the back than in the front, and you want to try and lift your foot slightly. Often with pain that you experience at the bottom of the foot, it is caused by your foot being too flat on the ground. So a running shoe is good. Also, what makes a running shoe good is that it has the laces, so it will secure your foot so that your foot is snugly inside the shoe. And then the other thing is that it's got a slightly contoured footbed. With that I mean is that it's slightly more built up in that area there, not custom made for your foot or anything like that. It might not offer all feet support, but you will find that it will offer you some support. So you need to try and avoid heavy work boots or shoes that are completely flat inside. You want something that's going to offer you some support in that area there. Then as far as sandal options are concerned, For ladies, you want to look at a shoe. You can see this shoe here, and again, I'm not advocating any brands. Can you see how this shoe, the heel is higher at the back than the front? That is the key. You don't want to wear a completely flat shoe. This shoe also has got a contoured footbed. So when I run my hand inside the shoe, I can feel how there is some support that's going to sit in my arch. And then if you also have a look here, you can see the straps. It's got broad straps over the front of the foot, and it's got a strap around the back that's actually going to offer your foot support. The whole thing is when you put your shoe on, you don't want to grip with your toes and hang onto the shoe. You want to be able to walk normally with your feet, and the shoe needs to offer you the right support. This is an orthopedic brand of shoe that that we stock. And when I say to people, yes, I know they are beautiful shoes, but again, you're not going to find them at Fashion Week. But we're not looking for a shoe that we're going to find at Fashion Week. We are actually looking for a shoe that's going to make your feet feel better. So that is where these shoes offer out the box comfort. As soon as you put the shoe in, you can straight away feel the relief. Again, can you see this one has an adjustable strap there, adjustable strap there, adjustable strap there. It all depends on your foot structure. It all depends on the amount of pain that you're in, and there's various other factors that will determine when I would advise which shoe. But at this point in time, I find just if you see these shoes, and you can maybe go to your cupboard and have a look and then see, you can also see that this heel is higher in the back than what it is in the front. So this shoe, you can feel straight away when you put it on, it offers you support. Now this one here is what I bought. Again, this is a sample. This is not my pair of shoes, but I don't pull any faces. This shoe I bought when I went on a hike through the Karoo, and I needed a shoe as an alternative because I was doing 250 Ks. So I bought the shoe, and I vouched that no one will ever see me in public except in the Karoo. And you know what? This shoe ended up being my go-to shoe when I'm at home, especially in summer. You can see it offers a lot of support over the top of the foot. It offers a lot of support here, and it actually has a contoured footbed. It's higher in the back than in the front. I think this specific color has been continued a long time ago, but I can tell you now that this shoe is one of the most comfortable pairs of shoes in my cupboard. When my feet get sore, I think on day 5 of lockdown, I realized that I'm facing sore feet because of wearing slip-flops and walking around bare feet. So I find myself now walking around with these, especially if I spend a lot of time on my feet, in my pottery studio, or when I'm in the kitchen, or doing something standing inside the house. I just put these shoes on, or then obviously my running shoes. And then, as far as men is concerned, with sandals, look, they can also get a sandal with all the necessary structures and the support, but I'm just going to show you a slip-slop. Now, I'm not advocating slip-slops at all because they don't complement your gait cycle, but this is an option, and the reason why this makes this a better option, I just want to hide the brand. You can see the slip-slop is higher in the back than what it is in the front. And also, you can see it's got broad straps here that come quite far back to offer you support. And you can see it has a contoured footbed. And the bonus about this shoe, it has a bottle opener. Now the bottle opener, I'm not too concerned about the bottle opener. What makes the bottle opener, it actually offers you some support in that arch. So this is also an option. I wouldn't say to wear it all the time. Obviously your running shoe is going to offer you the most support. But this is an option which is better than a completely flat slip-slop. So even for ladies slip-slops, but no hard shoes. I'm not going to show you what are the wrong shoes because I've got them too. I'm just going to show you the right shoes. Then as far as the foot exercises are concerned, I would suggest that you go to my YouTube channel or that you go to my Instagram page. Just go back to my previous post, because what you want to do is you want to activate, and I'm not going to discuss any conditions, but this is the bottom of your foot. You can see that the bottom of your foot is made up out of 4 layers of muscles. These are all muscles inside your foot. So what happens is that if your foot doesn't follow the proper alignment of the way that you walk, or you've worn certain shoes or done certain activity that places more strain on these structures take a lot of strain, and often we don't exercise these muscles enough. So what I would suggest is just go and have a look at those videos, start doing those videos, and then stick to the videos where you can feel the relief. If you do any of those exercises and you find that it aggravates your foot condition, then I would suggest that you stop and rather do one of the other exercises. But that will really make a big difference with the way that you walk if you just do gentle foot exercises. And it's not always, you'll see there's one exercise with a ball. It's not about applying pressure and irritating that already inflamed soft tissue more. It is about just trying to release it gently, and then you can see a health professional that can do the right cross friction or the right release. But I find at home that you just want to offer relief. I hope it's made sense and helped you. Thank you.